And that's the backdrop of game 2 between the Jets and the Patriots this year, with Jerod Mayo also calling his team soft.
Yep.
They've lost every game since shocking the world with a win in Cincinnati and potentially blowing up everybody's survivor pool just 4 quarters into the season,
Yeah.
you know, and Belichick saying he felt bad for the guys that he was calling soft because and he knew each name that of every guy, obviously, because he brought them all in and reminded everybody how great they were at stopping the run last year.
Yeah.
You know, which is the first time in Belichick's remarkable run so far as an analyst that I've really enjoyed, where he was openly, you know, or he was tasked with analyzing what's up with the Patriots, and he didn't mince any words, did he?
Yeah, no, he didn't. And I think there are a few things at work. First, I don't think that the sort of proverbial transition of power was as clean as the Patriots wanted to make it look. You know, I think Bill, to some degree, probably had a little bit of a problem with the way that the Mayo thing was handled. I don't think they got along great, the two of them, last year. You know, when I've talked to Jerod about the last time I talked to Jerod about it, like, he still hadn't talked to Bill since Bill was gone, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Like, I mean, to kind of like compare it to something that you can relate with, I'd imagine Sharon Moore's probably picked up the phone and called Jim Harbaugh a few times. You know what I mean? Like, so that hasn't happened. And, you know, then you see, you know, Robert Kraft goes on The Breakfast Club and uses the word fired. And I just try to put myself in Bill's shoes there, right? Bill, I don't think, wanted to take part in the dog. You know, Bill, I don't think he wanted to take part in the Dog and Pony Show in January, where the two of them stood up there and talked about the good times and everything else. I don't think that's really Bill's thing. But Bill agreed to do it, and, you know, and like, they were all going to make it look a certain way. Now, 9 months later, and we all know he was fired, but now 9 months later, you go and just say it. Well, maybe that's sparking some emotion for Bill, you know, and there aren't a lot of good breakups. You know what I mean? Like,
right. And the fact that, you know, Jim broke up with Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Although he might say maybe Michigan broke up with him too. I don't know. But bottom line is that at least there was a banner raised before he walked out the door. Yeah. And that wasn't the case in New England either.
Right. And then they forgot how to throw the football. I had to get that in there.
No. Hey, listen. No, we had Bruce Feldman here yesterday, and he said he had a hard out because he had to go to the dentist. And I'm like, well, speaking of feeling like you're going to the dentist, that Michigan offense, you know, I'll own it. You know, obviously it's not looking great, but Belichick, part of the thing that we keep talking about here, as part of his media run that he's on right now, he doesn't take any shot at the Jets and let it go.
Right.
He takes every opportunity he can take a shot at the Jets. He said that with Woody being Woody, ready, fire, aim. What else he was saying, you know? And that's why this week is kind of big in New England for Mayo to be calling the players soft. And then here come the Jets, which Belichick, one of his many Hall of Fame abilities that you can point to, his Hall of Fame abilities to take the Jets and when they were crumbling and then just break them into little pieces and leave them in a fetal position. Right. That was one of his areas of expertise. And that's what the Patriots kind of need to do to this Jets team on a losing streak this week.
I don't think it's even the win or loss element of it. I think they have to look tougher. Like, and I know that sounds simple.
The Patriots, you're
saying.
The
Patriots, yeah. Like, I think they have to. I mean, I don't think that there's anything, you know, I didn't play professional football, but I know enough guys who did to know that is like the ultimate shot you can take at your own team, is calling them soft. And especially when you're not prefacing it by taking blame yourself. And that's why Bill would always say, before he would say something about one of his players, got to coach it better. Always said that, got to coach it better, right? So he's taking personal accountability. And, you know, so now I think how the team responds to this is interesting. And don't you think there was a little element of, like, I don't know, that's screwing with Mayo too, is to start naming individual players and saying, like, I got your back, Jelani Tavai. I got your back, Devon Godchow. It's almost like screw him. Like, I would have never done that to you, you know? So how the team looks, like I think like the intensity and the togetherness and all of that, like how competitive they are. You know, I think we're going to be able to tell a lot. Like, and again, that's not just the scoreboard. That's like just the look of the game. Do they stop the run? You know, are they able to run the ball? That sort of stuff.
Right. I mean,
right. I mean, it can't be any worse. They couldn't stop a cold last week.
Yeah, Tank Bigsby and Ernest Johnson. We're having a day.
Brutal. Also, let's AVP. Let's call some better plays. Yeah. Like Drake May is cooking on the first drive.
I would argue,
and then you immediately run like 10 straight runs.
See, I'd argue the defensive coaching's actually been worse than the offensive coaching.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.